by Vicky Mokamis. Star-columnists on May 27, 2018, when a Twitter user asked whether people would have the same energy for tennis player Françoise Abanda that they'd had for Eugenie Bouchard, Abanda responded to say, "I will never get the same treatment because I am black. It's the truth." Abanda's tennis career hasn't yet matched up to Bouchard's, but with a Women's Tennis Association ranking of 128, she is nonetheless the top Canadian woman player on the current tour. Bouchard, at 1.05 in the world, is behind her, at 169. Françoise Abanda, Canada's highest-ranked woman tennis player, recently made headlines by tweeting, "I will never get the same treatment because I am black. It's the truth." Minas Panagiotakis, Getty Images. Within hours of tweeting, Abanda was on a conference call with reporters and spokespeople from Tennis Canada. Read more. Conservative MP Maxime Bernier reproaches fellow MP for being too focused on color of her skin. "I'm not asking to be exposed as a no. One player. I'm not asking to get the same recognition as other players that have achieved more. I'm just saying there's a minimum that I don't even get," she said during the call. She pointed to a lack of coverage of her concussion earlier this year and to a Tennis Canada video that she felt excluded her, while including many other Canadian tennis players. Tennis Canada says scheduling difficulties prevented them from including Abanda. Would a speedy call with sports media have happened if a white male tennis player tweeted that tennis can often be sexist? I'm skeptical. UK player Andy Murray has frequently been lauded as tennis' greatest feminist simply for pointing that there are, in fact, great women tennis players. I do not recall Murray hurriedly explaining exactly what he meant. His truth is a credit to him, where Abanda's is a liability that needs to be softened and explained. A few months ago, Caesar-Chavannes, MP for Whitby, ONT, tweeted at Maxime Bernier, MP for Bosquet, saying he should check his privilege and be quiet, after he questioned a need to provide federal funding for racialized Canadians. In his view, the government's decision amounted to divisive identity politics. Caesar-Chavannes later tweeted that her statement was not cool, and offered a conciliatory meeting with Bernier, who declined. In addition to the media attention, Caesar-Chavannes fielded abusive messages on social media. At the time, I said that she had nothing to apologize for and that Bernier did need to check his privilege. Bernier remains a prominent voice in the Conservative Party despite nearly publishing a book accusing current leader Andrew Scheer of malfeasance. Clearly, his privilege remains unchecked. For perspective, consider the aftermath of a tweet by Conservative MP Michelle Rempel, posted the same day as Abanda's, in which she called Justin Trudeau a tool. In the past, Rempel has dealt with horrible social media abuse. But there was a notable difference this time. Rempel did not have to extend an olive branch to the Prime Minister. Abanda's and Caesar-Chavannes' experiences are entirely consistent with how the world responds to black women's voices. Who can forget the ferocity when, during her husband's presidential race, Michelle Obama said, "For the first time in my adult life, I am really proud of my country because it feels like hope is finally making a comeback." The first 15 words became a cudgel, often used to describe the Obamas as bitter, aggrieved outsiders when they were really the true unguarded remarks of someone who'd grown up as a black woman in America. The speed and intensity of the responses to Françoise Abanda, Caesar-Chavannes and Michelle Obama is a phenomenon I've experienced. During a TV panel, I disagreed with one of my fellow panelists, who chose Laurier graduate student Lindsay Shepherd as his pick for Canadian of the Year. Much of the furor around Shepard arose because she was, I said, a crying white girl, which engendered a form of sympathy that non-white academics do not enjoy. On the show, those are 3 words in a span of a 40-minute, freewheeling conversation. By the next day, several people had written my boast to ask for some kind of repercussion. I took it in stride while hoping not to be banished from the CBC building altogether. As my inbox is flooded, it became clear that the problem was not the phrase but rather that I'd voiced this specific concern without softening it. For black women, it's not so much what we say, but that we say it so directly. When IT comes to expert advice, come to US, new NEWSLETTERADVICESIGN up.